On to you, Aries. So there's a link in the comment section below called a link tree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website which has all the ways to financially support the channel, so I can most definitely keep the show going. And a couple of announcements before I begin. Just bear with me, all right? So a lot of people have been saying, this is a fly hoodie. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Look, right? Look, I actually took off the Teespring store. I actually took it off of the link in the comment section, the link tree. You know why? And I don't promote these hoodies anymore. You know why? I don't promote them anymore because of the fact that the website Teespring, okay, right? Basically, it would be a situation where y'all would go ahead and buy. They would do the work, ship it out. I would get a cut. They would get a cut. But I realized that they started to get more expensive over time. They wanted a bigger piece of the pie, so which means that I would have to charge more money. And as it is that I've said before, I am not going to compromise my integrity and the integrity of y'all just because you subscribers may want to subscribe and may want to show support. I am not here to get money the wrong way. If it compromises my integrity, if it compromises you all, that is not how it is that I choose to get my riches. So you, Aries, have the Four of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Nine of Wands. So a lot of you are in a situation right now. Sun is out. It's like noon, beautiful day. It looks still pretty cold, but it looks beautiful from the sun. So a lot of you Aries are in a situation. The Four of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Nine of Wands. A lot of you Aries very much so are very focused on the things that you need to do. You have tunnel vision. You're in your bag. The Empress represents, and you Aries are going to be very much so selective about the quality of the people that you choose to keep around you. I see that a lot of you Aries are very much so aware. You're aware. You are aware of your surroundings. And for you, Aquarius, you're not just going to do this. You're not going to interact with somebody who doesn't really have too much to bring to the table at all. And I'm trying to watch my words. That's why I'm kind of like this, trying to watch my words. You're not going to be... You're going to be selective. But the Nine of Wands, especially in this reading, warns about how you Aries have to watch out for being too critical. The reason why it is, and I'm saying it, is because you want to maintain the things that you have built. A lot of you Aries are very industrious people. Last week I've actually met another Aries. One that has I can't say it, but one that has my anatomy. I don't meet a lot of Aries that was born with my anatomy. This is if I'm not mistaken, since I started to understand astrology, this is literally probably about my second Aries that has my anatomy that I've ever met. I'm talking about in my life. I'm talking about since I started to know astrological signs. That's probably my second. Like Aries that are on my side of the fence that have my anatomy, I do not meet Aries that have my anatomy. I usually meet Aries that are of the other anatomy, if you know what I mean. Shout outs to them. They're just as industrious. Both sides of the fence are very much so industrious. I have an Aries moon. So it really is just a rare thing for me anyway. I don't know why, to meet Aries. Number one, I don't really meet a whole lot of Aries. Number two, the fire signs that I meet the most is actually Sagittarius. Leo, every now and again I meet them. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is y'all are very industrious. And you want to make sure that you don't end up choosing someone that ends up turning out to be the wrong partner. Listen, the situation with that is you just have to worry. You just have to, I almost said worry. You just have to pay attention to how people really are. If they are on a bunch of stupidness, they're going to show it to you. This is the reason why it is, Aries, that I don't really advocate for all the S tests and the games that are being played and stuff like this, because at the end of the day, people are going to show you what it is that they know. They're going to tell you what they know. So what that means is they're gonna make it apparent. If they are on some stupidness on a long enough timeline, my Aries, they're gonna show you that. They're gonna show you that. Like they will show you that, right? If a person who just wanted to play you wants to play you, eventually they're gonna show you that they were playing, because they're not really serious. Why? Because they can't maintain the facade for very long, because they got what they want. So because of the fact that they got what they want, there's no need to play like they are perfect anymore. So they're gonna start to show you how much of a fraud they are. Right? So people will show you eventually. But you, Aries, don't want to come off too overly critical. You don't want to act like you're belittling people. That ain't the wave either. And I've said this before, belittling someone or trying to humiliate someone based upon you just meeting them. You don't even know anything about them. You don't, right? And I'm not saying you, I'm saying in a general sense, the ideology of it. So you have to be very careful to not allow yourselves, my dear Aries, to fall in a position where you're so critical of making sure, right? You're like this. You're so critical where you're trying to make sure that you don't end up getting weak people, that you end up being very much so disrespectful. The Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords now represents how, since that's the case, a lot of you Aries, very much so, you are ready. A lot of you are very much so ready. A lot of you Aries have finally gained that compassion, because fire signs, let's tell the truth. Fire signs are not very compassionate, right? And I'm speaking as a person who has Leo in 3 places, Aries as my moon, and I have Leo in Mercury, Jupiter, and Venus, and I have an Aries moon. Leos, Aries, and Sagittarius are not the most compassionate towards other people. This is no disrespect. I'm just telling the truth like it is. So because of the fact that it's not, a lot of you wasn't compassionate, a lot of you had to go through the time to actually understand that, yes, you could still be upset at somebody because they wasted your time and they playing games, but also you have to develop that level of compassion, because not everybody has a lot of their stuff as put together as a lot of you Aries. A lot of you Aries have many gifts that doesn't get quite really talked about, because the average analysis about Aries is y'all are hot-headed, y'all are fast-paced, y'all like to run into certain situations, and all of that stuff may be true. All of that stuff may be true, but you Aries learn in time. And that flair for life that a lot of you have is attractive. Gina Carano, who's an Aries, the person who fought Chris Cyborg, Gina Carano, she's suing Disney. Very industrious people. Aries, very industrious people. It's just that don't get scared when you reach a certain height and start thinking that just because you have reached a certain height, then you can't take chances. No, you're still supposed to take chances, because taking chances is how you Aries got to the powerful position that you're in. You Aries just have to become a better adept or more experienced when it comes to learning how to read people. You want to get to a point where you learn how to read people very accurately. And that could be kind of difficult every now and again, because you need to learn how to do that, right? And you need to learn how to be accurate at those things. So the Queen of Swords and the Two of Swords is about how, so now that you have that level of compassion that I was just talking about, you know when to be compassionate and when not to be. That's the thing that you Aries, you Aries needed to learn compassion, right? Feeling for somebody else. But then you Aries also needed to understand when not to. When someone is playing games with you and they are trying to run game on you, right? And you win by not playing their game, and you leave them alone. They still may want compassion. You go, you're not going to give them compassion because you know that they don't deserve any, because of the fact of how dysfunctional they were being. That compassion is just used as food, because they will try to take advantage of that same compassion that you're giving to them. This is why it is that I said that you got to know the game. People will use compassion as a means of a come up, because your heart will soften, so to speak. Your heart will soften, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, maybe this person will take advantage of that again. So you have to be very mindful of that stuff. But then now you have the Four of Cups. Now that you are finally even more ready, this is a better position for you, because as that gold in the sunlight, the sun represents gold, right? Anyway, the sun is Leo, so that Leo energy shining through for the Aries anyway, right? Anyway, the Four of Cups is about how, because you have to understand that if you're looking for something strong, a bond with somebody else, you have to understand the Four of Cups. A lot of people have options. You know, the three main options: continue to talk to you, stop talking to you and be single, or talk to somebody else. You know, so and not only that, but when you also add in the other factor that other people are checking for them as well, you know, and they're talking to a lot of other people or other people at once. So you Aries need to understand that while you're getting to know other people, don't be so caught up with or be kind of bewildered to the idea of the person that you're talking to, other people are talking to them. That's just a part of the scenario. That's, you know, it is what it is. Hold on a second. Let me open up this window. Okay, you go. Let my plants get some air, some fresh air. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? You want to make sure that if you are talking to anybody right now, Aries, you want to make sure that you and this person are very much so, you have a lot of the same values. Two of you have something in common. See, having something in common with somebody, it's an indication, or it means that, or a sign, right, that the two of you have similar or the same values. So when you have something in common with somebody organically, not lying, right? A person lying and making it seem like or maybe you're lying to the person because you like them, but then the relationship doesn't last because the two of you really don't have similar values. No, when it's organic, that's a sign or a signal that the two of you have similar values. So as a result, it's actually a situation where you need to make sure, my dear Aries, that you and these people have similar values. They can still talk to other people, play the field. That's just kind of what it is that you need to suspect, because everybody is talking to a lot of other people, because Number one, you got a lot of single people, right? There are more single people than there are people really in successful relationships. That's number one. And number two is because we're in a different time where everybody's trying to get the best thing that they can get, that not only is good but fits them and who they actually are, that would fit long term or could fit long term. So when you add that into the mix, you cannot suspect on either side that or get upset, more so specifically when you find out that another person is potentially or even talking to someone else. It should honestly just be like, oh, okay, it is what it is, because you can't tell somebody that they can't talk to another person, because the two of you are not actually together just yet. That's something where the two of you are going to have to build up. And then if the discussion is made where the two of you are now beginning to go together, then the two of you can actually hit it off. You understand what I'm saying? To where the two of you now are in a relationship where, boom, it's already understood what's going on. Two of you can call yourselves, a monogamous relationship like that. So if this person is romantically talking to somebody else, trying to see where this could go, now it's cheating. You understand what I'm saying? So now the thing is that the Nine of Cups is about how, so you Aries have to understand that, don't get caught up with the emotion of, oh, people are talking to others. Okay? You play the field too if that's something that you want to do. If it's not in you to play the field and you just want to go after one person at a time, do that. Do whatever works for you. Because I'm seeing that I'm seeing that you Aries are speaking to some people. You're getting out there, getting to know some people. And some of you are getting kind of caught off guard that, some of these people are letting you know that they're talking to others. Or maybe you're trying to reach out to them and they don't necessarily get immediately right back to you like that. And a lot of you Aries are trying to figure out what's going on. Well, part of what's going on is these people may have, that you're talking to romantically, may have other people that they're getting to know. Now they shouldn't be a full-blown significant other. Then that's a problem. But as long as, they are at least at the very beginning of the stages talking to this person, and, they're getting to know many different people, that really shouldn't be a problem, And over here, I talk about how it's best for you to let them know, but truth be told, the person doesn't even really have to let you know. Now, is it a good thing if they were to let you know? Absolutely, it's a good thing if they were to let you know, because if they let you know, you can be up to speed as to what actually is going on. So they're being totally transparent. If a person chooses not to let you Aries know, that's still okay too. That's still not cheating, because once again, you and this person are not actually together. So, y'all are just now getting to know the person, each other. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, Knight and Nine sound alike. But these two cards right here for you Aries, right? This is about, you have a lot more people coming to you. You're going to get yourselves into a lot more interactions with others. This is a very fun time for a lot of you. The Nine of Pentacles, y'all are in a garden of fresh new people. These are not people that you know from the past, that you once had something with, some sort of flame with, some sort of wanting to be with them or relationship. No, these are brand new Etch-a-Sketch. These are brand new people that you are getting to know. So great reading for y'all. Let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles. Make sure that this video gets at least 100 likes so that this video can pop up in the algorithm, please, and thank you. Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups, Page of Swords, Ten of Cups, and then you have the Knight of Wands. So this is exactly what it is that I'm talking about, right? The Eight of Swords and the Queen of Cups is all about how you, Aries, you know that you're going on the right direction, because a lot of you have a spiritual compass in the first place, right? And a lot of you definitely understand the difference between right and wrong. You Eight of Swords, you're able to be humble, but at the same time, you're able to walk away, right? That is a part of your spiritual value, being able to walk away. And by Eight of Swords, being able to understand that, you know, bagging somebody or getting someone to be romantically interested in you is not the end all be all. If the person is still dysfunctional, they're still dysfunctional nonetheless. And then you have the Queen of Cups. You understand that the Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups, right? So you understand that there is value in being able to walk away, because then that lets other people know that you do value yourself. You know, the Page of Swords and the Ten of Cups, and you're not looking for a tug of war. You're not looking for some sort of a battle between yourself and anyone that you're trying to get to know, right? You say it's love, so then it has to be love. It can't be a situation where these people want to overpower you and it's this wrestling match basically between you, Aries, and this other person, and it's a battle of the egos and stuff like this. The two of you need to be able to actually get along with one another. And this is why, as I said, Aries, that at the end of the day, the best thing for you to do, right, is to make sure, Knight of Cups, is to make sure that you and someone actually end up getting along organically. That's the best thing. Make sure that you and this person get along organically, because when it's organic, like, you know when it's organic, because when it is organic, the two of you actually really share that excitement when you share that with somebody. Me, I like anime. I like Naruto, right? Am I completely fanned out? No. You know, am I completely going crazy? Absolutely not. But do I like it? Absolutely. You know, so if a person who I would date be like, do you like Naruto? Do you like anime? Something else that me and this person can actually bond on and talk about organically. And it's not like, I got to think of a topic to talk about. I got to hold a conversation, right? Because that's part of what makes conversations go nil, right? Goes south, because, or goes down, because the two of you don't have anything in common. That's part of the reason why you Aries may find yourselves having to hold up a conversation, because it's like, okay, what this person is into, they may not even have anything that they're into, and you may be into way too much compared to them. You may have something that you're really into, but they don't have anything that they're into. They're just lazy bums. You know, they don't want to actually do anything. So that's the way in which the two of you, you know, you make sure that you and this person don't get into this, like this wrestling match between one another, right? That's another way. The Knight of Wands represents, and if you are in a wrestling match with this person, then it just means that it's time for you, Aries, to leave them alone. It's an indication for you to bounce. You know, that's pretty much it, though. Great reading. Y'all have a lot of great stuff coming to y'all. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Peace.